The way I used to react to life was low-key ruining my peace. Like I'd get in my head, spiral, and assume the worst. And it wasn't even over dramatic stuff, just little day-to-day things. But once I learned how to reframe those situations in the moment, I stopped getting in my own way so much and life got easier. Now, if you're anything like me, I'm going to show you what helped me stop getting in my own way and reframe situations and make life a lot easier. Now, I remember a couple weeks ago, I can't remember exactly when, but this is a common thing. I woke up around like 5:27 a.m. and I need to get up because early in the morning is when I focus on the things that I really need to get done. It's been YouTube, but I'm about to switch and have writing time be in the morning and then have more YouTube towards the end of the day. But regardless, I woke up and I'm thinking I need to get up to write. But it's cold and my girl is right next to me. I don't want to leave her. I don't want to get up. Like, I'm just struggling. But in that moment, I tell myself, this right here is what every entrepreneur has to go through. This is the rite of passage for an entrepreneur to get up early in the morning and leave the warm, comforting bedside of your lover to get some work in. And when I thought about that, I felt like honored like, to be able to go through this, to say like this is what I'm doing as an entrepreneur. And I got out of bed and got started with work. Now I might be thinking, okay, thanks, Faith. Thanks for rubbing my face that you're in a relationship and you're working on things that matter to you. That's not what that's not the point of the story, okay? To help you understand the point of this, I want you to imagine that you're driving, right? And someone cuts you off. What's the first thing you think? You probably think that the person is a bad driver. You probably think that they're stupid. You probably think it's something that riles you up and gets you a little bit angry inside, gets you irritated, gets you annoyed, feeds into your road rage. When someone cuts me off, the first thing I think, or at least 9 times out of 10, is either that person really needs to use the bathroom really bad and they're about to lose it, or they're Batman and they've got to get somewhere so they can change and save the world. And when I think that, instead of feeling annoyance and feeling my road rage going higher and thinking the world is out to get me, I'm thinking, go on, you could use that bathroom. I know you need it. Or I'm thinking, go on, Batman, save the day. Why? Because what's the point of assuming that whoever cut you off is a jerk or they want to do the worst is just anything that's gonna disrupt your peace? Why? Why do that? Most of us don't even know why we choose to do it. We just automatically see something that's happened to us and frame it in a negative way that then impacts us negatively. Because you thinking that car passing you, and even though this is all hypothetical, you thinking that car passing you, thinking that car is a jerk, you thinking all these things, it's just impacting you and making you feel negative. I learned that. And that's why I decided to reframe things in a way that works for me. That's why I will frame that car is doing this, that, and third is if not something to get at me because they either gotta use the bathroom or they gotta go save the world. And the reason I'm drilling this deep in is because up until this point, you most likely have been not even choosing, but just instinctively framing things that happened in your life negatively. And so you're going through life with all these things happening that you frame negatively, and you think that the world is just a bad place, that people are just horrible, that things just suck. When that's not the case, that's just a story you're telling yourself. And that's why I'm drilling this in so much to help you wake up from the story. Everything that's happening to you is neutral. The only time that emotion and feelings come into it is when you start telling yourself a story. But you have a choice in a story you're telling yourself. You can default to negative thinking, which is what most of us do, or you can choose a way of thinking that helps you, that is most beneficial to you, that sets you up for success. You know? You might be thinking, this kind of sounds like you're saying you have the power to just lie to yourself and say that everything's gonna go okay when something happens and that's just what this is. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you have the ability to be in a situation and frame it in a way that helps you, that doesn't put negative emotions on you and cause your survival mode fight or flight to kick in. No, something that empowers you to control the situation or take control of what you can control and navigate your way through the situation. I remember when me and my girl went to New York, we were heading back to the metro. It was getting, it was getting cold out. So we were ready to go. As you're heading back, there's flocks of people coming our way in the same amount, and I'm overstimulated as heck. And I knew in the back of my mind, my girl was too. And as we're going through these crowds, I start thinking, this is a video game. I start reframing it. I'm like, this is a video game. We gotta go through these levels. And the video game, you just start turning on. I'm thinking, then like I'm going through it, like the anxiety, the overstimulation just went away. I'm suddenly immersed in a game of getting between these bodies as fast as possible. And my girl was like, she was stimulated too. And I told her the same thing, like, this is just a video game. And she was able to reframe it. And we were able to get through that situation without losing our marbles. This is how powerful this stuff is. Being able to reframe situations in a way that works for you, not lying to yourself. I didn't say, oh, this crowd is nothing. And I'm from here. I'm from these streets. Although I am from New York now. I've been there for a weekend. So I'm there. I'm New Yorkian. But I didn't lie and say, oh, I can tame these crowds, it's bad. No, I framed it in a way that worked for me. I like video games, so I said this is a video game, and it helped me. So the next time you're struggling with something, you're in a situation that just isn't really working for you, ask yourself, how can you frame it in a way that will work for you? When I was with my girl and I wanted to get out of bed, but I didn't want to leave her, I reframed it in a way that said, this is about a passage that every entrepreneur like you takes. Be proud of this. Be honored to take this. And I was able to take it. When someone cuts me off, I think that they're Batman and I'm trying to save the day. There are so many ways you can reframe something. So when you're in that situation and you feel like some type of way and like I need to get through this, reframe it. And a way to know when there's something that's needed is just listening to your body, honestly, like being mindful. Are you stressed? Do you feel anxiety? Do you feel weird? What's going on in your head? Is there a task you want to get done, but you're struggling, you're procrastinating, you're pushing it off? How can you reframe it? Or are you angry at something that can't that nothing, you can't do anything about it, or angry about it? How can you reframe it? Are you just struggling with something and you're bored and you just want to do something, but just some situation, how can you frame it? I don't know what you're going through. I'm really just trying to give you principles. I'm not trying to give you like exact A, B, C formula. I'm just trying to give you a principle that you can apply to your life. So whenever you're feeling that resistance, that negative emotion, you're feeling like you're being dragged down, ask yourself, how can you frame the situation? This even goes as deep down as death. When somebody dies, you can think of this as they're gone forever and everything's horrible and life is bad and frame it in that way, or you can frame it in they've simply passed on to the next stage of living. They are still here. Cats have different senses. I have different senses. I can't see them with the human senses, but there's something else out there. And when I pass on, I'll be able to see them too. There's so many different ways you can frame something, and it's so advantageous for you to be able to know when you're in a situation that needs to be reframed. But our society doesn't teach us this. Because to be able to reframe things means you have a strong mind, a strong head on your shoulders. Our society doesn't want us to have a strong head on our shoulders because if you're strong-minded, that means you're a strong individual and you can't be controlled. Our society, though, wants sheep they can control because sheep that can be controlled can also be easily profited out of. That's why we aren't taught how to master ourselves and how to be intentional about our futures and things we want to get. We're taught how to entertain ourselves and amuse ourselves to death. We're taught that whenever you have free time, just watch TV and be on your phone and play the game and text your friends and just do anything to entertain yourselves. We're taught how to obey authority. I mean, from a young age, we're taught to obey our teachers. We're taught to obey anyone with a clipboard. We're taught to obey our bosses as we get older. We're not taught how to obey our own command and how to focus on self-mastery. Forget that. And we're taught how to consume. Just buy, and don't save anything. And just buy this, and you'll be happy. And then buy that, and you'll be cool. And then buy that, and everybody will love you. And buy this. And then if that's what you're taught, obey authority, entertain yourself endlessly, and buy stuff, then you are effectively a sheep that's easily controlled and will just buy whatever people put out to you that you're easily profitable off of. Profitable. Yeah, I don't know the term for it, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. So this stuff is really important. That's the main point of this. Learning how to reframe situations and even knowing when you're in a situation that needs to be reframed. So let me know. Think back on things you've gone through and ask yourself, how have you framed those situations? Was it in a way that worked for you or in a way that didn't work for you? And moving forward, how are you going to start reframing situations? Now, once you start framing life to fit your needs, not lying to yourself, but fitting you in a way that empowers you, life will feel easier, more doors, opportunity will open for you, and you'll just be more empowered. But if you do not learn how to do this and just instinctively default to framing things negatively, life will seem like your enemy, life will be a struggle, life will be hard. And you're picking that because you can only pick the story. No one can pick the story for you. It's you that's got to pick the story of your life. I didn't mean to end the video on that note, but I am. If you like this video, give me a subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do. If you want more, check out more, and I'll see you for the next one.